Hi, all of you. My sound is audible. Okay. So let's just start. Today we are going to see the setup of the Ansible. Yesterday I given you this virtual path. So to start with this practical, the first thing what we'll be doing is we'll be launching the three Linux machine. Okay, and while we'll be launching, we'll be making sure that HTTP page will be made. That will be the these two things we have to take in consideration. So I'm coming here. I'm launching the machine. I'm giving the name of the machine as Ansible. We are going to select Amazon Linux second AMI on it. Then instance type is going to be t2.micro. Okay. No need to change. If here you can select anyone. Then in the network setting, just make sure you are allowing the HTTP traffic, and here the number of instances we want three. That's why we're mentioning three. That's it. Launch instance. Three EC2 instances going to be launched. Okay. Once these three machines are launched, make the first machine as the master machine, something like this. Second machine, make it as a node 1. Okay. Master machine can be known as a server machine also. So you don't get confused between master or server, both are same only. Okay. Now we have three machine available with us. One is the master, two is the worker node. Okay, or slave node, whatever you want to say. Now once all the three machines are ready, okay, then what we have to do is the next thing. So we'll try to log into all the three machines. Okay, in the first machine, whenever you are logging to the putty, just make it like this white background color only. For the second node one, make it as a orange color, and node two, make it as a green color. Okay, so these are the basically the screenshots which we are going to take. Okay, now after doing this, once this is done, then what we have to do is we have to download these all commands. Like from the third steps, we have to do everything in which machine? I have to do in the Ansible server machine, that is in the master. When I have to run some command in the worker node, node 1, node 2, I will be mentioning that it is we have to run it in node 1 and node 2. And you can see from a screenshot also, this is white color. That means we are doing it in the master machine. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm logging to the master machine. This is my master machine. Okay. And to log in inside the master machine, I will be copying the public IP, open the putty. Okay, so we logged into this machine. They are asking us to run the command for sudo yum update. So let me just quickly do that. Okay, so once we logged in the Ansible server machine, then we have to start with the third step. And in the third step, we are saying it. We have to run this particular command. This particular command will help us to download this particular FL release. FL release full form is extra package for enterprise Linux. Okay. So if you'll download this, then only you'll be able to install the Ansible or something. So I'm just going to copy it. The entire thing, if I'll copy in a single go, then it will be not copied. Okay. So here .rpm was missing. So I just type that .rpm. If I'll press enter, this package is going to be downloaded. Okay. Once this package is downloaded, you can verify also this got downloaded. Okay, so once this RPM package is downloaded, you have to simply install it using the command called yum. I want to install this Excel release like this. Okay, press enter. Okay, first we have to become the root user also. We forgot to do that. Okay, all the commands try to run it as a root user only. Okay, so yum install Excel release, and that's it. It is going to ask for installation. Now installation is done. Once this installation is done, yum install FL release guide, then you have to install some more packages, which is not necessary here. You can install it also, okay, but it is not necessary. But this Python, Python table, Python page, Python SSL, and Ansible, these all are the necessary. So I'm just going to copy this all, and I'm going to paste it here, and this is going to download all the packages one by one. Why we are installing the Python? So because Ansible is written in Python programming language. Okay, so Python should be necessary like that. So once the Ansible will be installed, to verify that whether Ansible got installed or not, there is a command here, Ansible -- version. Okay, if you will type this command like Ansible -- version, okay, and if you are getting some output like this, that means Ansible is successfully installed. And we are saying that okay, Ansible 2.9.27 version. Okay, once this is done, then what you have to do is, and see, currently I installed the Ansible. I installed the Ansible in the master machine, right? In this master machine. Currently, I did not connect it to this worker node 1 or worker node 2. Okay. And I said you that Ansible should be installed only in the master machine. You don't have to do it in the worker node 1 and worker node 2. Okay. So once this step is done, that fourth step is completed, then the fifth step is, this is the master machine, right? So this master machine, I have to tell that what is my worker node, right? Where this worker node is located, this all information I have to provide this master machine. Then only he will be able to log in, right? So for that particular reason, inside this server machine, there is a file /etc/ansible slash slash host file. Okay, there is a host file here. If I press enter, so inside this, they are saying us to write something. Okay, so if I want to write something, take an example. If I come, any of the line you can come and you can start to write. Okay, I prefer to write after the example two here. Okay, and here you have to mention two things. You have to mention the private IP of your node one, private IP of node two. If there are 100 worker nodes are there, you have to copy the IP address of all the nodes one by one, right? So I'll be copying the IP address of node one. This is the node one IP. I will come here and I will paste it here. Okay, this is the IP. And we can comment it also that this is the node one IP for my understanding. Okay. And I have to paste the IP address of node 2 also. So this is the private IP address of node 2. I'm pasting that. I'm writing hashtag node 2, something like that. Okay. So I just created these two IP address. Okay. But there can be a situation that you will be creating multiple IP address, right? Currently you are writing two IP address only, but there can be situation that you are writing 100 IP. Or there can be situation that there are 10 IP address from, or there are 10 servers from some different DevOps team. There are 10 servers from testing team. There are 10 servers from the developers team. Like that also can be possible, right? So rather than writing the IP address directly, what we prefer is we create a group name here. Take an example. We created a group here with the name called demo. Okay. So from now on, whenever I will say to the Ansible that do one thing, you have to install the HTTP package in the demo node. Okay, so whenever I will say to the Ansible that Ansible you have to install software in the demo node group, that means Ansible is going to install the software in only these two IP addresses. Okay. Tomorrow I will create another group with the name called DevOps. Take an example. Okay, inside this DevOps also I am going to give some IP address. I'm just giving some random IP address here just for understanding purpose. Okay, so from tomorrow, then again, I will say to the Ansible that Ansible, you have to install this software inside the DevOps group. So then Ansible is not going to install the software in these two IP. They will install in these four IP because this four IP belongs to the DevOps, right? So similarly, you can create multiple groups. Okay, like I can create one more group with the name called testing also, right? And inside this also, I can give some IP address, take example 168.2. So like this way we can give it. If I say that Ansible, you have to install the package in all the nodes, right? So then they will install in this 2 also, this 4 also, and this 3 also. Okay. But if I'll say that you have to install only in the testing, then they will install it only in this. If they're only in DevOps, then they will be doing this for machine. Only in demo node, that means in this 2 I. Okay. For our practical demo node is going to be the one group, okay, that actually we'll be going to use because this is the only original IP, right? These are just the fake IP that I just taken to understand. Okay. So let me save this file after writing this file. Okay. Once you edited this thing, here I mentioned also that you have to write the demo node, then you have to mention the IP address like that. Okay. Once this is done, then there is one more file you have to edit it. That file is located in the /etc/ansible/ansible.cf. Open this file /etc/ansible/ansible.cft, and inside this file there will be a line called inventory. This is a line called inventory. Simply uncomment this line, remove the hash symbol from starting. Okay. Then there is one more line called sudo user. Okay. This line also you have to uncomment. So basically, why I uncommented this? Because see, this is the file that we just edited, where I written the IP address. I written the IP address inside this file only, right? So if Ansible will find the worker node or something where it is present, so they will read this particular file. That's why we uncommented this file. Okay. And should they require any root user power or something, that's why we uncommented this line also, because for installing the software, they are going to require the root user power. So once this two line you uncommented, simply save this file. That is also done. Okay, and you can verify also I written you have to uncomment the inventory and sudo user. As insert is also there. Inventory and sudo user should be uncommented from this. Okay. Once this is done, then what you have to do is now you are going to create a user with the name called Ansible. Okay, you will be creating a user with the name called Ansible. Why? Because we should not provide the root user credential to everybody, right? That's why we are going to create a separate user with the name called Ansible, and that I will provide to the Ansible software. So whenever Ansible software want to log in to this worker node like that, they will be doing as an Ansible user. So basically, my goal is in all the three machines. Okay, the first time I am going to do work in all the three. Okay, till now I was doing everything in the first. Okay. So what I want to do is I will create a user Ansible inside this machine also. We'll create a user with the name called Ansible in this machine also and in this machine also. Okay. The benefit of this will be that if this in the master, if I want to do something, I will not do as a EC2 user or root user. I will do it as an user. Okay. Similarly, in this machine, when I will try to log in, I will try to log in as an Ansible user only. I will not try to log in as a EC2 user or root user because I don't want to give that root credential password to everybody, right? That's why. So once we got that, what are the goals we are going to do? So first we'll be creating the user. Okay, so to create the user, all the node command user add Ansible. This is going to create a user with the name called Ansible. To set the password to the user Ansible, we'll just type the command called password Ansible. They will ask you what is the password you want to set to the Ansible. I will set a simple password. Okay. Whatever the password you are setting, just make sure that you are remembering that password. Okay. So I just set the password, everything goes. Okay. Now let's clear all this thing. So to check whether that Ansible user got created or not, okay, you can type the command switch user hyphen Ansible. If you type this command switch user hyphen Ansible, then what will happen is you will be switched to the Ansible, right? I switch to the Ansible. Okay, that means this is one, right? We created the Ansible user for language. Similarly, we have to create the Ansible user in the worker node 1 also and worker node 2 also. Okay. So for doing it quick, what I'm going to do is rather than connecting using the putty to this worker node 1 and worker node 2, I'm actually connecting it from the browser. And let me just connect to the worker node 2 also. So this is worker node 1. Okay, you can verify downside it is node 1. Okay, so first they are asking us to do the sudo yum update. So let me just quickly do it. And meanwhile, you'll see in the documentation, we clearly said first you have to create the user, okay, with this particular white colored screenshot. That means it is done in the master machine. Then I am showing you a screenshot of the article and printer. That means we done it in the worker node 1 as well, worker node 2 also exactly same command. User add and enable. So once this is done here, so become the root user, sudo switch user root, create a user with the name called Ansible, set the password, and whatever the password you are setting to the Ansible user for in the starting phase when you are setting the Ansible first time, I will suggest you that set the exactly same password so you don't get confused. Okay, exactly same password. Okay, whatever the password you set it in the master, like that. Okay, so I accept the password, well and good. Now again I want to switch to the Ansible user. I will be writing the command switch user hyphen Ansible. I will be switching to the Ansible. Similarly in worker node 2 also, just do the sudo yum update. Clear it all, become the root user. Just try create the user add Ansible, then set the password. Again, I'm setting the same password. Clear it all. Try to become the Ansible user. You see, I become the Ansible. Now, in all the three machines, we have the Ansible user as a login. Here also, I'm logged in as the Ansible user. Here also, I'm logged in as the Ansible user in worker node 2. And in the master also, I'm logged in as an Ansible user. Okay, well and good. Now, once we done these three things and the Ansible user is created and we switch to the Ansible user using this command switch user hyphen Ansible in the master configuration console. Okay. Now, as an Ansible user, just tell me that will I able to install the software or not? Like if I will try to type the command like yum install httpd, what do you think? What will happen? Anybody? Will the installation will work or it will fail? All of you are present there, right? Will you able to install the software as an Ansible user? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, we can install.
But I said you in the Linux class, right, that who can install the software? Only the root user can install the software. Cannot be done, right? Because if everybody can install the software, then what is the meaning of the root user,
Yeah, we have the routine.
right? Ansible user will be not able to install the software because we'll be typing the command, then you need to be the root to perform it. That's why yesterday I said to all of you that go through the Linux class. Okay, that is the important thing. So once we got to know that okay, yum install httpd command is not going to work by default as an Ansible user, and if the as an Ansible user you are not able to install the software, then how you can think that this particular Ansible user is going to log into this worker node 1 and this worker node 2 and here they will install the software? It cannot be possible. Even in this machine also, here also you will try to run the command called yum install httpd. This is not going to work because as an Ansible user you cannot run that. So now, once we got that this is the problem. So in the Linux, they say that if somebody want to install something, okay, and you don't have the permission to do that, okay. So what you can do is you can run that command with the sudo power. Sudo means extra privilege you are going to get. Okay, if I'll write the command called sudo yum install httpd and if I'll press enter, okay, so what they are saying is they are asking us the password for the Ansible user. Whatever the password I set for the Ansible user, that I am going to write it here. Okay. And before that, they are saying that you are going to use some extra power. So make sure that you have the actual power from the local administrator and make sure that you are respecting the privacy of others. Like that way, they are guiding us. Okay. And after entering the password, if I press enter, they will clearly say that you are trying to use the sudo power. Okay. But when I check the sudo file is a file in which they provide all the sudo permissions, information, everything. Okay. So they know that this is the sudo files. Okay. So now what is the happening here is that since this Ansible user is not added in the sudo file, that means you cannot use the sudo command. But still you are trying to use the sudo command and you don't have the power to use the sudo command. That's why this incident is going to be reported. That's what they're doing. That means as a Ansible user, I don't have the power to run the command sudo yum install httpd also. Even if I type the password here, this is not going because Ansible is not in the sudo. So the first thing what we have to do is we have to make sure that this Ansible user should run the command sudo. Then only they will be able to install the software out, right? So to add the Ansible user in the sudo file, there is a command called sudo. Sudo without any space or something. This will open the sudo file. If I press enter, so see by default you cannot open the sudo file. Why? Because Ansible user itself cannot add the permission, right, in the sudo file. That's why what you have to do is exit from here, become the root user. Okay, now I become the root user. As a root user, I am going to open the vi sudo. Just to make it network connectivity. Okay, if I'll open this, so now the sudo file open. Inside this sudo file, you have to find the line called root. You have to find the line where root is. Okay, and make sure vi sudo is a single command. There is no space in between. So see here the root is written. Downside this root, just mention here I for insert, right? And then write your username. My username is Ansible. For Ansible user, I want to give all power. That's why I will be writing as all is equal to all. Make sure that it is capital only and it is written like that only. Okay. And here they directly written as all, but here I will be typing the no password to all. Why I'm writing no password to all? Because every time whenever I am trying to install the software using the sudo command as an Ansible user, they were always asking us to enter the password, right? That I don't want that every time they should ask the password or not. Whenever I will use the sudo command, they should directly do that without asking me the password. For that reason, I given no password colon on like that. Again, these all things are written here that what are the things you are going to do. You have to just write Ansible all is equal to all, no password is equal to all. Okay, you can as the screenshot also. These are only things I just typed here. Okay. Once you type this, and now I'm going to save this file. Okay, I've given the sudo file. Now, if you will try, okay, that again exactly same command. But let me first become the Ansible user, which user dash Ansible. I become the Ansible user. Now, as an Ansible user, I am again going to install the HTTP. You see, this time they are not giving the error. They are asking us if you want to install the software, you can press Y. Your software will be installed. I don't want to install it currently. I will press N. That's it. But now they are not saying that you are not added in the sudo file or you should be root user to perform, right? They are directly saying that, okay, you can install the software. Why? Because now sudo power I can use it. I don't want to install, I will press N. But this worker node 1, this worker node 2 still don't have the power, right? So here if I try to type here, still the command yum install httpd. So they will say, make sure you are the root user. If I try to use the sudo command, so they will say that give me password. See, they are asking the password here. I will type the password. They will say Ansible is not in the sudo, right? So again, I have to do the same thing in worker node 1 also. I will exit from here. Then I will open the vi sudo file. Then I will find the line called root. Downside of the root, I will be typing the Ansible. Okay. Then I will be typing all is equal to all. And then I will be typing no password colon to all. Make sure everything is in capital. Okay. Save this file. Now again, I will become the Ansible user, sudo switch user hyphen Ansible. And after that, again, I will try to run the command sudo yum install httpd. This time it is not going to fail. It is working well and good. I don't want to install. I will press N. Exactly same thing I have to do in the worker node 2 also. Okay. So first I will exit from here. I will open the sudo file. And here I will go for the line called root. and Ansible all is equal to all, no password, save this. Okay, done. Now once this is done, again become the Ansible user, try to run command sudo yum install http, and always try to check that after changing the things whether sudo yum install http is working or not. So here also it's working, well and good. I don't want to install it, clear it. That means all the three machine now can use the sudo command, right? Ansible server machine also, master node 1 also, and node 2. Once this is done, that's what I said is that you have to do it in other machine also. Okay, so that's what they are doing the changes there in worker node 1 and worker node 2. Once this is done, okay, then still if you will try to do the SSH connectivity, everything you will be not able to do so. Okay, so how? Let me just show you. So this is the Ansible server machine. Okay, this is the Ansible server machine. If I want to connect from this Ansible server machine to this particular worker node 1 or worker node 2, because you know that Ansible always going to connect using the SSH protocol. So let's check that whether they are able to connect or not. If I say SSH, do one thing, try to log in as a Ansible user, try to log in as an Ansible user at the rate to which IP address? IP address of worker node 1, 172.31.9.153. So I'm manually writing the command here in my master machine. That master machine try to connect to the worker node 1 using the SSH protocol. SSH Ansible at the rate and then this IP address of worker node. I press enter. So they are saying, are you sure you want to connect? I will try to press yes here. Okay, but they are saying what? You don't have the permission. That means as a Ansible also, whenever Ansible will also try to do the SSH, they will be not able to connect. Okay, why? Because permission is. To make sure that everybody will be able to connect to this worker node 1, worker node 2, you have to do some changes here. What are the changes you have to do? So again, you have to do some changes, but make sure this changes again you have to do as a root user. Okay, that means again you want to become the root user in all the machines. So let me get it. After becoming the root user, make sure you are opening a file /etc/ssh/ssh config. And inside this file, you have to find the line called permit root login. There will be a line called permit root login. Simply uncomment this line. Okay, then there will be a line called password authentication. Okay, downside. Simply uncomment this line and there will be a line called password authentication. No, it is already uncommented. Simply comment this line. These two changes you have to do. Basically, I'm saying that if somebody want to do the login using SSH, permit it. If somebody require password authentication, just make sure that they should be able to do the password. That's why password authentication, no, I disable, and password authentication, yes, I enable it. Simply save this file, and after saving this file, simply do systemctl, restart, SSH. Okay, exactly same thing. We have to do it in the worker node 1 also and worker node 2 also. So again, I'm becoming the root user. Then I will be opening the file /etc/ssh/sshd_config. And then I will be finding the line called permit root login. I will uncomment this line. Then I will find the line called password authentication. I will uncomment it, and this line I have to comment. That's it. Save this. Run command systemctl, restart, SSH. That's it. Okay. And after doing all these changes, let's again become the Ansible user. Okay. Similarly, in this machine also, first from the root user, and then go for this particular file /etc/ssh/sshd_config, and then again go for the line called permit root login, uncomment this line for password authentication, uncomment password authentication, no, simply comment it, save this file, restart systemctl, restart SSHD, and then become the Ansible. That's it. So here also I become the Ansible user, well and good. Okay, this is worker node 1, this is worker node 2, and from the master machine also again I am becoming the Ansible. Once this is done, then again exactly same command I will type SSH Ansible at the rate 172.31.9.153. Again I am trying to connect to this worker node 1 from this one. Okay, I'll press enter. Now they are asking the password. Which password? They are asking the password for this particular node. Whatever the password I set to this Ansible user, that I will type it. I said you to save the exactly same password, so you can use the exactly same password here also. If you set the different password, then you have to set the enter the password here of this worker node one and this one. Okay, I'll press enter and see we connected to this one. How I can prove that I connected to this machine only? You can see the IP address. Okay, other than that, take an example. I'm creating a file. Okay, so see, a file one got created. You can verify here also. File one got created. Okay, if I will delete the file one from here, remove file one, and if I'll do ls, file one is not present. From this putty also, if I'll try to do ls now again, see file one is. That means whatever the things I am creating, it is getting created here. Because from this machine I connected to this particular IP. Okay. Again, I want to break the connection. I will simply press exit and connection will be break. Again, I return to the master. This 6.15, this is the IP address of my master. Okay, and this is the IP address of the worker node one that we try to. Okay. Similarly, you can connect to the worker node 2 also. What you have to do? Simply you have to change the IP address. SSH and C1. Remove this IP address and give the IP address of worker node 2. 172.31.1.164. Again, they are asking us to connect, asking for the password, and see, we connected. This time, whatever the command I will write, like mkdir directory one, where this directory one got created. This is actually created in this worker node 2. See, here it is. If I'll delete this rmdir directory one, so it will be deleted from here also. So I'll type the ls command. Now there will be no directory. Okay. So if you are able to connect from your master machine to this worker node 1 and worker node 2 by using this command SSH Ansible this one, okay, that means it's done. Up to here you already completed the steps. Okay, up to this one. These all things I showed you. Okay, how to do the connect, right? And here I did not mention the username, so let me just show you. Even if you don't mention the username, okay, if you don't mention the username here 172.31, I'm directly writing the IP address only, still they will connect. How? By default they are taking the username as Ansible only. Why? Because currently you are logged in as an Ansible user. So whenever you will try to connect to this particular IP address and you did not mention the username, okay, so they will automatically take your base username. Okay, but again, exactly same command if I'll try to run as a root user, okay, SSH 172.31.1.164. Then this time they will not take directly by default Ansible user. They will take as the root user. For the root user, inside this machine, I don't know the password. I know the password for only Ansible user because I set the password for Ansible user. That's why we'll be not able to. That's why it's better to do all the practical, okay, as an Ansible user. Let me just become the Ansible user. Okay, and from there just type the command. As I said, I want to connect to this particular. They will ask for the IP address, just click password and press enter. You will again want to exit, you can exit. Okay. So by directly writing the IP address also you will be connected to the same username, but make sure you are doing the practical from the Ansible user. That's why all the Ansible command I will going to log in, I will be writing as an Ansible user only. Okay, and from there where they will get this particular IP address and this particular IP address. So if you remember in the starting of the class itself, I created a file with the name called host file, right? Inside that we already written the private node 1 IP, private node 2 IP like that, right? So they will take the IP address from there. So that's the thing, okay? And the problem here is, okay, the problem here is only one problem. What is the problem? Whenever I am trying to connect either to the worker node 1 and worker node 2, they are asking the password. Okay, whenever I am trying to connect to the worker node 1 or worker node 2, they are trying to ask the password. But as a human being, I can type the password here like this, right? And I will press enter. I enter the password, I connect it, right? But for Ansible, it is really difficult because how Ansible is going to type the password from the keyboard, right? So what we want to achieve is we want that if somebody will type this particular IP address using the SSH, they should directly connect to the worker node 1 and worker node 2 without entering the password. Then you will say that okay, then the security issue will come, right? Anybody can connect. No, I am saying that only from this master machine. This is the Ansible master machine, right? From this master machine, if somebody will type this command, then only connect to the worker node 1 and worker node 2 without password. If somebody is trying from another EC2 instance, then you have to definitely. Okay. It is something like this. You are working in a company, right? They given you a ID card. Okay. So every day, whenever you are coming to the office, you are just showing the ID card. They are not doing the verification every day, right? They are just showing your ID for seeing your ID card, and they are letting you to come inside, right? So exactly same thing we want to achieve here. Okay, and that's what the 13th step means. Okay, since you are going to do the SSH connection to the hundreds of worker nodes, right? So to maintaining the password of all the worker nodes is very difficult. Okay. So for that particular reason only, we'll try to connect to this machine using SSH without asking for the password. For that, again, what you have to do is make sure you are become the Ansible user in the master machine. The master machine should be become as an Ansible user. Okay. And then you have to write a command called SSH hyphen. We'll type this command. What is going to happen is automatically a private key pair is going to be created. Just keep pressing enter 3 times. Okay. Then a key pair got created. Okay, like this. Once this key pair got created, then you type the command called ls-8. You'll see that there is a directory called .ssh. Go inside the SSH directory. So you will see here that there are some files got created, public key, everything, right? So what we have to do is we have to share this public key file to the worker node 1 and worker node 2. It is just like a ID, okay, to the worker node 1 and worker node 2. And from the next time, this machine will try to connect to the worker node 1 and worker node 2. They will show this ID only, and worker node 1 will not ask the password. Okay, like that. So to copy this ID to the worker node 1, you will be typing the command ssh hyphen copy hyphen ID, and I want to copy the ID to the Ansible user. Okay, I want to copy the ID to the Ansible user at the rate. Okay, and what is the IP address? So first I am going to copy in the worker node. I'm going to copy in the worker node. So worker node 1 IP address is 172.31.9.15. I'll press enter. They are asking the password. Okay, I will hit the password, and that's it. Now the benefit is, since we copied this ID, right? So from now, if somebody will type this command SSH, I want to do the SSH to this particular machine, 172.31.9.153. Previously, what was happening? Every time they were asking the password, right? But this time I will press enter. See, they did not ask the password. They directly connected it. Okay, let's exit it from here. But still, I will try to connect to the worker node 2. Okay, this is the worker node 2i 1.164. If I try to connect to this 1.164, they will ask for the password because I did not copy the ID currently to this machine. So let me copy to this machine currently. As of that, I want to copy this ID to the 172.31.1.164. Once I will copy this ID to this machine after hitting the password and everything, then I will try to connect SSH 172.31.1.164. Again, they will not. They are that. Okay. So that is now goal. And once the Ansible is able to connect to your both the worker node without entering the password, then you are ready to do the test. Okay. So try to set up all the things by following one by one step, match the screenshot, watch the recording parallelly, just try to do it. Okay. And once you are done with this up to this stage, okay, then from the 14th step, we are going to save it. Okay. Up to 13th step you will do, then your entire Ansible setup is completed. From the next class, we are going to learn the Ansible. That will be from 14th. Fine. Any question, anything, anybody? Is it fine up to here? Everybody will do it up to here. Okay. Thanks all of you. Try to complete up to 13th step. Okay. And once your practical is done, simply what you have to do is you don't have to terminate the instance or something. Okay. What you will be doing is you will be just stopping the instance. Okay. And tomorrow when again I will start the instance, so practical is going to be continued from there on. It's not like that you set up everything and then you are going to start. Because else again you have to do everything from start. So just shut down the machine. Tomorrow again I will start. Everything will work. Okay. So yeah, thanks all of you.